Hi, struggling to understand Macbeth's prophecies? Let me break down into bite-sized pieces. Hi, this is Ajanta ma'am and I'm here to clear all your doubts. Why concept clarity? Because I will break down complex topics one concept at a time for your retention and recall. Today, I will be clearing all your doubts about the prophecies in Act 4, Scene 1 of Macbeth. This scene is pivotal to the play's themes and plot development. This scene deepens Macbeth's descent into overconfidence and paranoia while showcasing Shakespeare's exploration of fate, free will, and deceptive nature of appearances. Here's a detailed analysis of the three apparitions and their symbolism and effect on Macbeth and how this scene drives the plot forward. Join the community and subscribe for more such detailed, in-depth analysis into all the concepts. Coming back, the first apparition, that is the armed head. Prophecy, beware Macduff, beware of the Thane of Fife. What is the symbolism? The armed head represents Macduff, who ultimately kills Macbeth. It foreshadows Macbeth's beheading in the final act. The helmeted head also symbolizes Macbeth's warlike nature and violence surrounding his reign. What is the impact of the first prophecy on Macbeth? Macbeth already sees Macduff as a threat. So this warning confirms his fears. It prompts him to act rashly, leading to his decision to kill Macduff's family. And from this moment, he says, from this moment, the very firstlings of my heart shall be the firstlings of my hand. What themes does the first prophecy refer to? The theme of fate versus free will. The witches do not instruct Macbeth to act. They speak in riddles, as we already know, and they merely warn him. However, his paranoia drives his actions. Macbeth's violent response, the murder of Macduff's family, exemplifies how his rule is steeped in bloodshed. The second apparition. What is the prophecy? None of woman born shall harm Macbeth. What is the symbolism? The bloody child represents Macduff, who was born via a caesarean section, untimely ripped, not through natural childbirth. The second prophecy also symbolizes the bloodshed that has played Macbeth's path to power and will ultimately lead to his downfall. This prophecy gives Macbeth a false sense of security, and he believes he is invincible since every man is woman born. His overconfidence leads him to disregard Macduff's threat, thinking he's protected by fate. What does Macbeth say? Then live, Macduff. What need I fear of thee? Deceptive appearances. The witch's prophecy is a paradox. Macbeth interprets it literally, but its true meaning is hidden, leading to his downfall. It also brings out his overconfidence. The prophecy fuels Macbeth's arrogance, blinding him to the dangers around him. The third apparition, the crowned child holding a tree. The prophecy, Macbeth shall never vanquished be until great Birnam wood to high Dunsinane hill shall come against him. The symbolism of the crowned child symbolizes Malcolm, the rightful heir to the throne who leads rebellion against Macbeth. The tree, the strategy used by Malcolm's army to disguise themselves with branches of Birnam wood, putting it right in front of them, Birnam wood as they march to Dunsinane, also signifies nature's role in restoring order as the natural world aligns against Macbeth's unnatural rule. This prophecy, the third prophecy, strengthens Macbeth's delusion of invincibility as he believes it is impossible for a forest to move. Macbeth says, "That will never be. Who can impress the forest?" He underestimates Malcolm's resourcefulness, failing to see how the prophecy could come true. Symbolically, rather, Macbeth's tyranny disrupts the natural order, and the moving forest represents nature's retribution. Again, the prophecy is true but misleading. Macbeth's inability to see beyond the literal interpretation seals his fate. The fourth vision. After the three apparitions, Macbeth demands to know if Banquo's descendants will rule. The witches show him a vision of 8 kings in a line, the last one holding a mirror that reflects even more kings, and Banquo's ghost pointing at them, indicating his lineage will endure. The line of kings represents the fulfillment of the witch's initial prophecy. Remember? Thou shalt get kings, though thou be none. The mirror suggests continuity of Banquo's line. King James the First, who traced his ancestry to Banquo. And Banquo's silent presence after a line of kings symbolizes Macbeth's guilt and failure to escape the prophecy. This vision enrages Macbeth as it reminds him of all the efforts that he has put to secure the throne. It pushes him further towards further violence, including the massacre of Macduff's family. Despite all his efforts, Macbeth cannot change the witch's prophecy. Therefore, Macbeth's fate is sealed. The prophecies manipulate Macbeth into a false sense of control and security. They even instigate paranoia, his arrogance, leading to decisions that ultimately bring about his downfall. Thank you for watching my videos. Subscribe for more exam-focused tips. Join the community and start simplifying your concepts clearly with me. Thank you.